Battlers, I am back. Welcome to another episode of the Knighted Podcast, Match Rewind Wooden Spoon Edition. Well, look, Battlers, when it comes to hard work and getting the job done right, none do it better than great mates of ours at A+ Contracting and Polywelding. Just like the Battlers turn up every single week, A+ brings that same level of dedication to the mining and civil project industry. They are the experts you need for professional, cost-effective, and comprehensive contracting services. They do the hard yards, Battlers, so you don't have to. We're going to be talking about some bloody hard yards tonight, I can tell you that much. Well, this is not the show I wanted to be doing tonight, Battlers. This is not the conversation that any of us wanted to be having. But here we are, staring down at the wreckage of a season that has ended in the worst way imaginable. 66 points conceded to Parramatta. A game we needed to win to avoid the dreaded wooden spoon. And instead, we didn't just lose. We collapsed. We gave up. We rolled over. And that more than the scoreline is what's hurting us all the most. That was our 9th straight defeat in 2025. 9 weeks of complete and utter pain. 9 weeks of finding a new way to fall apart. And now it's official, Battlers. We have finished dead last. Bottom of the ladder. A place no fan, no player, no club should ever want to be. Yet, it is where we have landed in this absolutely horrid season. Tonight, I want to talk about this hurt, about what it feels like to sit there and watch players stop caring, to see that fight completely drain out of them, and to see our colours worn without pride. Because if we don't acknowledge that, if we don't talk about that, what that really means, then we're just pretending here tonight, Battlers. So look, buckle in, Battlers. This isn't going to be pretty. This isn't going to be polished. This is the raw and honest truth that led us, about a team that let us down the most. And we've got to face it head on together tonight. So, Battlers, not only that, we'll be taking a look at some of this week's Knighted news. I'll be a very interesting Titanium Forge Player of the Week, brought to you by our great mates at LGB Marine. I'll be giving you my highly, controversial Paycat Knighted Players of the Week, and answering your get out of life fire safety training burning questions. So, Battlers, sit back and get ready as we take a look at the Adam O'Briens and outs of last week's horrible fucking game against the Parramatta Eels. Let's go. All right, first things first this week. Now, huge shout out to Joel and all the Battlers who came and tuned into the inaugural Dill Brown Bowl. It's going to be a tradition that continues on whenever we play the Parramatta Eels. So shout out to Joel. He was great. He was really good. And special mention to all the Battlers who went and liked the League of Inches Facebook page. Got our boy across to 27K. Killing it over there. But now we've got plenty of voicemails in tonight. We're getting absolutely smashed. We're going to kick it off with a rival podcast who likes to have a bit of banter with us. But here we go, kicking it off with Adam from the Talking Para Pod.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Hey, buddy. Thought I'd check in again. I only do this twice a year.
This has been playing up all night, Lou.
Oh, no.
The voicemails have been so hit and miss tonight. Sorry, Battlers. I don't know what is going on. It just doesn't want to. It just fucking stops all the time. It like starts playing, then it just stops.
What if I turn Bluetooth off?
Hey, buddy. Thought I'd check in again. I only do this twice a year. Look, I'll be a bit nicer on my check-in this time. Don't make it so, harsh. It's Adam from Talking.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yet.
What is going on?
I tried to tell you well in the 7 round 8, something like that. So you guys are going to get the spoon
Oh God, we can't even.
there.
Nothing is going to plan tonight. I don't know what is going on with our.
Can you turn Bluetooth off and just play it from your phone?
Yeah, it's just not loading though.
Right.
God damn it! We took so many good voicemails. Well, hopefully we can play a few more a bit later.
This
But
is what I was thinking. Carly said the voicemails is like our season.
oh, it's just it's doubling down on me. Well, look, shout out to you, Adam. I appreciate it, mate. We'll clip something up, but he did go on to say he was gloating at the fact that he did call that the Newcastle Knights would win the wooden spoon months ago. He's got receipts on that, so you got me on that, Adam. But he did applaud not only you and I for turning up each week, Lou, but the battlers for turning up each and every week, no matter how poorly our team is going. Now, look, there was a chart that dropped that gave the average crowd attendances, right, for the year in the NRL. Now, what I did is I got that chart, I plugged it in to Chat GDP, and I said, look, using this data, you tell me these rank as far as these crowd attendances go, what it is in relation to the population that each of these rugby league teams represents, okay? And it fed me all this info, and I've got it here for you now. The Newcastle Knights Battlers, we come in at 5th overall. That's right. Of every 1,000 people in the Newcastle area, 64 people are represented that turn up to show up. 5th overall in the league, which is pretty fucking good, I feel. I love this too. The Broncos, way down in 16th. They've only got 15.7. So killing them. But yeah, Townsville, I knew Townsville would be on top. 92.8 for every 1,000. So the ratio from population to crowd attendance, that's kind of what I'm trying to explain here, Battlers. But what I'm trying to re-emphasize is the fact that, yes, we finished 5th overall, that we do turn up. We keep continually turn up to these games. And that's what makes it so fucking hard that, you know, it's sad that the supporters have to wear the wooden spoon too. It's not just the players and the coaches and the club. The fact that we have to bear the brunt of having to fucking face up and have the wooden spoon thrown at our direction. How many battlers today? I've had it. I went and got my morning coffee this morning, Lou, and they're cracking jokes. Oh, here's Link. Hey, do you want to come to the kitchen? Do you want your wooden spoon, mate?
Oh, no.
Oh, mate. I nearly grabbed and I was going to slap Brett across the face with it. Get out of here. Just give me my coffee. Give me my oat latte and leave me in peace. And do you know what? I'm going to digress here for a second. Battlers, do you know that moment in time in your life, early hours in the morning, and your alarm's gone up and you're just sort of lying there peacefully and you just got these random thoughts in your head. And then I remember it vividly this morning, that moment you realized, fuck, we've won the wooden spoon. And then you're just lying in bed and just going, oh, it is so fucking hard to get out of bed. You're foggy. You're just not with it today, all day. That's what I've been like all day. It's just been a complete and utter blur where you got this cloud, this doomy fucking dark cloud hovering above our heads.
But I'm glad you're not like angry around the house.
No.
That's nice.
Oh,
you're not one of those supporters.
No. I internalize a lot of it, but I'm trying to process it.
You wouldn't know, and then I just forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should be a little bit nicer to you.
Yeah, you have been very nice. I had a very nice Father's Day. But anyways, all right. First things first is brought to you by our great mates at Newcastle Mixed Martial Arts, which is Newcastle, Lake Macquarie's, and the Hunter's highest rated mixed martial arts gym with more than 350 Google 5-star reviews. Beginners are welcomed and encouraged into their safe, inclusive, and most importantly, fun training center. Head coach Jess Landry's experience includes being directly trained by UFC veterans. Huh? What more do you want? As well as another wrestling coach for the Sydney Roosters. Newcastle Mixed Martial Arts is centrally located in Cardiff, right next to the Cardiff train station, offering day and night classes for kids, teens, and adults, including Muay Thai kickboxing, gi, and no-gi Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts. So make sure you get ready for summer. It's right around the corner. Things are heating up. Get that body ready to go. I know I need to. Jeez Louise. I'm well and truly looking forward to a big old detox. So, yeah, look, go and visit them at newcastlemma.com.au and book in your free trial. You'll thank me later, truly. All right, battlers, if you're watching the stream right now, do yourself a favor. You feel a bit better. Trust me. You scroll across to that little thumbs up button, smash that, give it a big old like. Really does go a long, long way. Think of all the other battlers that are out in the wilderness, just wandering aimlessly, wanting somewhere, some community. They need this more than ever. I'm telling you now. We need to get this podcast out more than ever. We are in the depths of it. All right. Last time we had a spoon, this wasn't available to them. Well, this time we've built this. So let's open the doors. Let's open the gates. And they can be rugby league wooden spoon asylum seekers. We're just going to let them in. All right. No fucking border control here. All right. We're going to kick down the door. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get your mates in. All right. There's a battler out there in need, and we're here for him, all right? That's what we're here for tonight. All right, let's move along, shall we, to a little bit of United news now. Something to get excited about, all right? This news came in clutch for us. He's already liked within the building now, and that's right. Sandon Smith is expected to sign a 4-year contract with the Newcastle Knights starting in 2026. The 22-year-old Central Coast product. Obviously, you know, there's the worst kept secret in rugby league with Daly Cherry Evans going to the Roosters. He's obviously a player that's been displaced. Now, look, there was a race between the Cowboys and us. I was very, very pessimistic. And the only reason I said that was because there was this idea floated around that he would, if he was to go to the Cowboys, they were offering him a half spot. And the great Hainsey, shout out to you, brother, who was in here for a Night's Watch a few weeks ago, was saying, well, that's his preferred position. He can fill in. He's a bit of a Connor Watson-esque type player. That would be his preferred. And when you're going to pair him up next to Tommy Dearden, you wouldn't have to, twist his arm to take that gig. But it looks like, yes, that's set to be announced very, very shortly. So some good news for us, battlers. Some very good news. It's going to give us some sort of some light into where the spine will be in 2026 for the Knights. So Dill Brown coming, Sandon Smith, something to get excited about there. And that's pretty much where the excitement ends for this episode. That's it. We peaked. We're coming back down. So, Sandon Smith arriving 2026. Get around it. All right. Let's do it. Let's talk about this fucking terrible game. Now, do you know what makes this loss so hard to swallow, battlers? As I said before, it's not just the scoreboard. It's not just conceding the 66 points. It's the way it happened. The way we gave up. There was no pride in that jersey out there. None whatsoever. And that's the one thing as a player you can control. You can't control the bounce of the ball. You can't always control the referee, obviously. You can't always control injury or luck. But the one thing you can control is how hard you can compete. You can control whether you fight next to your teammates, whether you're going to go into battle for your fans, or whether you're going to fight to try and not finish dead last. And that's the thing. Finishing last should have been all the motivation in this world for this club. Nobody wants to carry that shame or to wear that stigma the whole offseason. Something you do not want. But when you stop tackling, stop chasing, stop caring, you can see it. We all saw it as clear as day. The motivation just wasn't there. The pride wasn't there. And they just wanted it to be over. And that's what was fucking heartbreaking. And for us fans, it is what is absolutely hurting the most. Because we ride every single bump. We cop the banner. We show up in the stands. We stick solid. We ride or die with this team. And all we ask in return, all we ask was a bit of effort, a bit of heart. Pride in the badge. But to watch that literally vanish before our very eyes in the most important game of the season, that cuts deeper than any loss ever could. Because it was the Newcastle Knights didn't just lose this football game, they fucking surrendered it. And that is what is cutting us so deep. And that is something that no club or no supporter or any coach should ever accept. And that is what we witnessed. And it breaks my fucking rugby league heart to say this. I hate it. You guys know I'm the most glass half full, rose-colored glasses, whatever. Sometimes it pisses people off.
You wouldn't even know that we got the spoon with how you act, with how you're acting.
It was honestly some of it's cognitive dissonance. I think I was self-preservation. I was protecting myself from the inevitable, and it's just showering over me more and more. And yeah, that it took me a while to try and find the words to say, but it wasn't the fact that we lost; it's that we surrendered. And Battlers, when I walk into this great bar, I'm surrounded by some of the great Newcastle Knights players and some of the great teams of old, and some of the players, and we keep talking about the old boys who laid the foundation to this great club that we all love. And everything that we saw yesterday is the complete opposite of what this club stands for. The very term Newcastle Knight was coined because they wanted the men of steel. And what did we get? We didn't get steel. We didn't get titanium. It was completely and utterly titaniumlessness. Is that a word? I don't know. Probably isn't. I just made it up. And it's. I said this on the Night's Watch. It's pointless for me to try and sit here and dissect and go, what did Mitch Moses do great here, and how did Dill Brown do this, and where did we go wrong? Because there's no point, because where it all went wrong was between the ears of every player out there, basically. I shouldn't say every player. I'm not going to throw them all in the same boats, but yeah, geez. And I got to hope this one plays. I'm really sorry if I don't know what is going on with our voicemails tonight, but I hope this one plays. So let's try this one from Justin.
I hope the Newcastle Knights players are not celebrating Mad Monday, because after the shit they had dished up over the past 8 weeks, they should be hanging their heads in shame. Yesterday, we saw a team that gives up. We saw a team that didn't give a shit. They gave up on themselves. They gave up on the coach. But the world gave up on...
Oh, it's going to fucking wig out again. Justin, you're just fucking warming up too. Oh, my God. What is going on? Seriously, I'm so sorry, mate. I don't know what's going on tonight. This has been wigging out. When I was trying to load him up before, it was just not one to play. Anyway, Justin, mate, I'm gonna take the words out of your mouth because you had a good one going, mate.
Sorry, you took over my job vetting them today.
Yeah, I did. About the boys not celebrating Mad Monday, and I was actively looking for this because I thought, boy, oh boy, the optics aren't going to look great if we start seeing the boys carrying on and having a good old time. It's sad Monday for us battlers. Not Mad Monday, sad Monday. That's exactly what it is. And yeah, it'd be a bit of a spit in the face to the supporters who kept turning up and yeah, ride or die with this team to see them, carrying on. I get it's a long season for them. I understand that. I'm not trying to take anything away from that, but there must have been some memos gone out to the boys like, you're putting your phones away. None of this. You can celebrate. I'm sure this is all happening. I'm not saying that they haven't done it, but yeah, this isn't going on social media on their Insta stories or whatnot, because yeah, it would fucking blow up. It would not look good. The way we have just fallen into an absolute heap in this season, and yeah, to see what has been put on display for us, particularly the last 6 weeks. I know we've lost 9 straight, but particularly the last 6, just getting absolutely pounded into the earth. The worst 6 weeks in our history. I don't even know what the new average is. I know before we'd leaked on average 43 points and only scored 12. We can guarantee that's gone up. It's probably close to fucking 50 now, which is just absolutely criminal. But yes. But yeah, right from the get-go, I said the Dill Brown Bowl, I was jokingly saying, look, if Dill has a great game, I'm going to be happy. He did have a very good game. It was hard for any Parramatta player not to have a good game, because let's be honest, who was marking up against him? Defensively, oh my God, there were literally, as Joel said, some holes in the goal line defense you could put a fucking P&O cruiser through. Nobody's, in defense, you've got to constantly be moving, always on the go. But so many times, stop, lazy arm out, watching, just it's someone else's job, not backing things up. Fucking Mitchy Moses, a first fucking half hat trick, completely tortured us. What was it, like a 90, 80 meter effort there? Fletcher Hunt, we I don't want to double down on him too much, but we do know he's got his defensive deficiencies, and he was found out pretty bad there. He didn't even get a mitt on bloody Mitch Moses. Stood him up big time there. And it was just everywhere. It's you can't even sit there and go, oh, geez, the left edge was really disconnected. It was all over the park. They were scoring everywhere. Josh Adokar was having a field day on his edge. Will Penasini and Zach Lomax were doing their thing. You had the fucking middles just torching us. You had bloody Talon De Silva coming off the bench and torching us. It was literally everywhere. Like it didn't matter where the Eels shaped to go. They were inevitably, it looked like it was just going to score points. We just could not stop the bleeding at all. The only one caveat, the one little silver lining, was that somehow miraculously our boy Jermaine McEwen scores a first half try and stops us winning that record of being the team with the most scoreless first half. So we've got equal, but we're not outright first. So talk about trying to find bloody silver linings in a football game. That was one thing. But yeah, it was, right from the get-go. It was an inevitability. And God, it's just so fucking hard to talk about this game because there's just literally nothing. There's no redeeming fucking quality about it. And I hate just sitting here and being a negative Nancy and doubling down on it and just, Well, fuck it. I'll segue into, while we're on this subject, let's the Titanium Forge Player of the Week brought to you by LGB Marine. The experts in building resilience on and off the water, just like your tougher structures they construct. This week's player has been battle-tested and battle-tested, unshaken, built to withstand anything. LGB Marine, strength, precision, resilience. Let's dive into this week's winner. And Lou, who's the winner?
You?
No one. That is why there is literally no one on the screen.
I was like, are you going to stand there on the...
Nah.
Sorry, Lincoln and I have been ships in the night. He came home from work and came straight down here, so we haven't really debriefed.
None. I listen to the battlers now. Look, I apologise, and I don't mean to rage bait you when I have to put these things out. I have to put them out because I need to tally the votes. All right, I've got to deal with the sponsors. I've got to uphold my end. But you know what? I listened this week. And LGB Marine, they would understand. They don't want their name tarnished and just by cheaply giving away this award. That means something. The Titanium Forge Player of the Week is to mean something. We don't just hand them out willy-nilly. And yes, in a night at first, no player gets it because there was zero Titanium out there. Let's be honest. None. It was a complete and utter domination by the Parramatta Eels. Now, look, I haven't even had the guts to look at the fucking stats. So we're going to do that together, Battler. So brace yourselves as we look at some of the stats in this game. All right. So,
nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Oh, my God. Yeah, fucking reach out, Jet 2. All right, 61% possession. That is absolutely enormous. They had the ball for 29 minutes with the Newcastle Knights only had it less than 19, just 18, just shy of 19 minutes. That is absolutely insane. We completed high, not that meant anything. Here we go. The Eels with 193 runs for just under 2,000 run meters with 1,966 run meters compared to the Newcastle Knights 1,100. So an extra 800 run meters on us. 512 post contact to our 346. 12 line breaks to 3. If that doesn't tell you there is significant issues with your attitude and defense, I don't know what will tell you that. 44 tackle breaks. Wow, that has to be that's got to be a record against us this year. Holy shit. An average of 42 set distance, 38 for the Knights. 286 kick return meters to our 176. Oh, my Lord. What else have we got here? Anything else greatly sticking out of me? Newcastle Knights making 355 tackles, missing 44 compared to the Eels 243 and only missing 28. 6 errors to 9. So look, it's not like the Parramatta Eels were completely polished outfit either. That's why this fucking stings also. It's, you can understand if you're going against, cool, whatever. Raiders, Storm at their peak, Penrith, okay. They're a juggernaut team that's booked in the finals football. Taking nothing away, I'm not trying to sound salty to the Parramatta Eels, but they're a team that aren't in finals contention. They've turned things around. They've done sort of what they've done an opposite to us. They started really poorly, but got their shit together. On the flip side, we were trying to hold shit together with our defense at the start of the year, and then the wheels just completely and utterly fell off the fucking car. So it's kind of a bit funny how that sort of worked out. But anyways, yeah, like as I said, just completely and utterly dominated in every single regard. I really don't want to go picking on players here, but let's who's racked up the most missed tackles for the Newcastle Knights? Let's take a bet. Who's got the most missed tackles for the Knights? God, this is going to be fucking huge. Jack Cogger with 5, Phoenix 5, Brayley 5, Matt Croker 5, Jake Arthur 4, Brady 3, Jermaine 3, Gags 2. There was literally only 2 players that didn't miss a tackle. That was Fletcher Hunt, who obviously he couldn't finish off the game. He only managed 24 minutes, and Greg Marzu. Apart from that, every other player at least missed a tackle. So across the board, not great signs. But yeah, let's do it. While we're talking about play stats, let's move along, shall we? To my Paycat United Players of the Week, brought to you by Paycat. Payroll made easy by crew and Newey who know their stuff. Whether you're paying the boys on a construction site or sorting out that Tricky Shads award for your NDIS biz, Paycat make it dead easy. They back hundreds of businesses and even help an NRL club keep their payroll running smooth. You can do payroll yourself or get the Paycat team to do it for you. Either way, you'll have more time to crack a cold one, watch finals football without the Newcastle Knights. Let's take a look at some blokes who earned their pay this week. Now, look, I've picked out the young fellas in this squad because I have to pick out 3, and I'm going to give my 3 points to the bloke on debut, Cody Hopwood. It's very hard to be super critical of a guy who's literally coming into a team that has not done anything in 8 weeks, who's going to get his debut. I feel really bad for the guy. So we're going to shine a little bit of light on our boy, Cody Hopwood. I feel like a lot of battlers got the same sentiment. I'd be very surprised if there's a battlers out there that have got the shits with Cody Hopwood. I don't know what you would expect from the young guy coming in to do a job. 40 minutes, 8 runs for 60 meters, 21 post contact. He's got the 1 tackle break, 2 offloads, 29 tackles, 2 missed, 0 errors. For a team that is just getting absolutely blown apart in every single regard, I think that's pretty good for a guy on debut. It just sucks. It was just a horrible debut. What an introduction in the NRL. Hey kid, fucking here you go. You come off the bench and we're going to get absolutely pounded. Get a wooden spoon. So, look, I hope it was a memorable day. I'm sure his family and parents would be extremely proud. Regardless, huge effort. He's a guy that we're going to be very excited about in 2026. I think we've got a good one on our hands. He's a guy that's been highly touted for a long, long time. So, great to see him there. Fletcher Hunt, I said 24 minutes. Look, he did get burnt by Mitchy Moses really bad. He did have a really poor pass out the back. I don't know. It went behind Gags and Dom tried to scoop it up. It looked like something was happening there. A bit of a mixed bag. But look, I'm giving him 2 points. He had a crack. What more do you want from the guy? The poor bloke knocks himself out trying to compete for a high ball. We've got to give him some flowers for at least competing for a high ball. That seems to be against all the rules from 2025 under the Adam O'Brien regime. So look, 2 points to you, Fletch, and 1 to Jermaine McEwen. Look, he's a guy that keeps turning up. Look, I still love the confidence in the guy. He put the grubber kick in for himself there. To Brady. Anyways, it was too hard. Didn't work. But look, there's still signs there of a guy that's got a bit of swag about him, a bit of confidence to have a play. And yeah, I think he'll learn a lot from these games. I can't wait to see him with some with a lot of these players, because a lot of the games poor old Jermaine's been playing is a team that's been stripped of any of our sort of quality class players. So looking forward to see what damage he can do week in, week out with those guys back in the team. So, look, I had to give my points, and I feel like collectively we can kind of go, you know what, the debutant class this year, I think we got blooded eight players this year. These three blokes, let's give it to them. It was pretty. They're certainly not the reason we lost this football game. Put it that way. There's some other blokes there that have played a lot more NRL games that really need to have a good, hard, long look at themselves. And how would you feel, Lou? Or you let me know, Battlers, straight after the game, if there was like a members appreciation thing and they had to go front supporters, how do you reckon that would go down? Walk me through that.
It'd be like that meme of the girl in the car pulling that face. The one that you like, that little girl going like, "Ugh."
Oh, yeah, a little buck-toothed girl. Just like, oh. Yeah, well, you know, it'd be nice to see. It'd be nice to see a couple of them front up and say something, because, you know, it breaks my. I'm very pro player. I'll go in the bat for the players so often, but, you know, unlike Adam O'Brien, I feel like there's times you got to call them out. And looking back at all of our wooden spoons ever, I think this one fucking hurts the most, because you stack up every single wooden spoon team. Now, look, 2005 was an odd one. We started terribly, but we started to come back. It's how you finish the year. You know, we had a rotten luck at the start of it, and we started to come good towards the end. It was just too little, too late. 2015, you know, it was the end of the Wayne Bennett shit show, and then we all know 2016 and 17, we just had no class players. Like, it is what it is. We're throwing young players to the bloody wolves, so to speak, and just hoping for the best under the poor old Brownie. He didn't have much to work with. But 2025, like, I know you've got your injuries, but boy, oh boy, you know, you and again, I know the Titans got some players back, but you see what they had to play for and how they rallied to put the performances in they did. Breaks my heart that just wasn't evident for us at all. And it's, yeah. What are the battlers saying, Lou? Give them the floor. I'm so sorry. These fucking, of all the nights for this stupid bloody voicemail thing not to work, I swear to God, we've got some absolute fucking rippers in here too.
Earlier, Justin said the players need to face the supporters and explain to us why they played so terribly. We pay our hard-earned money to buy merchandise, memberships, traveling to away games, etc., and they give us this rubbish.
Yeah. And not only that, Justin, it's their fellow teammates, as I was saying before. You know, it's guys like Jaden Brayley. He's a guy that's been around a while. He's an ex-captain of the club, very well liked. I don't think there's a person in the league, you know, certainly not a battler. Fair enough, you can have your criticisms around his injuries and whether or not we should move him on or not. But I don't think anyone here has ever said that Jaden Brayley isn't a good footballer or just a good bloke. And just to turn up like that, like, fuck me. How do you look him in the eye? Seriously, how do you look a bloke like Jaden Brayley in the eye, an ex-captain, and go, yeah, mate, you know, I gave it all to try and send you out a winner. Like, boy, oh boy. Yeah.
Sorry, are you waiting for me?
Yeah. What do they got? Keep them coming. They got the floor tonight.
John said we would have conceded less points if we had forfeited.
Wouldn't we have, pal? Boy, oh boy. Yep, absolutely we would have, mate. If there was ever a time that you could just go, yeah, nah, we're done. We're done.
Matt said, "Hi, Battlers. It must be hard for you, Link, to do your job right now. I feel for you and will always be a fan of your show and the Knights, hoping for better days."
I appreciate it, Matt. Yeah, it's look, it's hard because we've been starved of success for so long. It's a very unique position in the league where you know we find ourselves in, where there is no more loyal supporter base, but we've been starved for so long. And, you know, we pack the place out, win, loss, or draw. No matter how things are going, we're there. It's not, we're the complete opposite to being a bandwagon supporter base. But yeah, it's just, and you get this dished up. To have 4 wooden spoons in the space of what, 20, is that right? 20 years? Or 5. I should say 4 in the space of 10 years. Like, fucking hell. So yeah, 15, 16, 17, now 25. 4 in 10 years. That's insane. 40% of the time we're winning spoons in the last decade. Like, and then I'm going to put the question to you guys, because it's an interesting argument, is where does this now sit? And like, try and take recency bias out of this. Is where does Adam O'Brien's legacy lie now? It was always rocky, even if we narrowly avoided the spoon. But now that we have just literally bottomed out, we have had the worst 6 weeks in our club's history. To go through what we've just all witnessed the past couple of months, how much does that take the shine off what he has previously brought the club? It's he did some great things in his first 2 years, back-to-back finals. I said that was the first time in fucking 20-odd years. I think it was, 2002, 2003, something like that. So you go from that, and then the complete flip side to literally having the worst fucking 2 months of football that the Knights have ever seen. It's so polar opposite. He's such an enigma. I'm very curious to see how it will be looked back. Maybe some water needs to go under the bridge and some time needs to pass, and the hurt needs to go away for us to look back in a couple of years and go, what did we make of the Adam O'Brien era? And really, it's hard because, I keep saying when emotions are high, intelligence is low. You're trying to remove the emotion out of your decision making and your rationale. But I think, unfortunately, it has taken some shine off. I think he could at least go, he did make finals football there for a little bit. He had a couple of down years. Well, the one down year, I should say, in 22, we weren't this bad. We were bad, but fuck, nowhere near this. But yeah, it's more evident, isn't it, that anyone, if I don't think there's many out there, a minority that probably are out there that think, I think Adam O'Brien was still the guy. I think where we are now, surely there's not one single battler out there that seriously believes Adam O'Brien was going to have to be the guy in 26. I think the way the season has unfolded, at least it's given us that closure to go, yep, it is well and truly time to move on and to literally start again when it comes to the coaching ranks. So you let me know, though, where this recent season, how that balances out what he's done to us for us previously. What do I got, Lou? Keep them coming.
Justin said the next coach needs to work on making sure the players understand the next player up mentality. When we have players out injured, other clubs have lost big named players out, and yet they still turn up.
Yeah, absolutely. Depth has been such a big problem in 2025, and I was completely and utterly vindicated. Not that you have to be a rocket scientist, but the big one in the roster review show, I was like, there is a massive disparity between the Parramatta Eels halves and the Knights halves. And didn't that was so clear, absolutely clear as day. Jake Arthur and Jack Cogger just didn't fire a single shot, really didn't do anything. Why Jackson Hastings once more didn't get the send-off blows my mind. Neither Jack Cogger, neither Jake Arthur were going to be at the club next year anyhow. Why not give the guy that's played more games, who had that mad run in 23, give him the opportunity, give him the send-off. I'm sure there would be players in that locker room who would echo those same sentiments that I'm saying, that they would be disappointed that Jacko didn't get one last hurrah of them, like what Jason Riles did for Dill Brown. I thought that was commendable. Given the circumstances, going, yep, for the good of the player group and just to show the respect to a player, give him at least that. Like, let's be honest. No, this is no shade on Jake Arthur, but he's a guy that's been in the building for 2 months, and Jacko's been with us for over 2 seasons. His third season with us. Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. And I know, you can have your opinions of Jackson Hastings, but I think we can all at least agree he should have at least been given that. I think that grace of just seeing out and playing one last hurrah in first grade, why he was robbed of that, we will never know. But yeah, it's a shame. That's a shame too.
Clinton said earlier, if you put the table upside down, we won the league.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it, mate. Absolutely. It is. Let me see. I'm going to give this one last shot because there were some absolute rippers in here. Chris, come on, mate. It's really it's really hit and miss sometimes. There must be a bug with it. No, it's not doing it. Chris.
Hi, Link, Lou, and Battlers. Well, all I can say is thank God.
It's wigging out. Fuck. So I apologise, Ballers. You had some real good ones. I've heard them all. Trust me, I've heard every single one of them. Your pleas haven't gone on deaf ears. Trust me, I've heard every single one of them tonight. So, but yeah, I look again. I don't know what more to say. You know, it's been a fucking horrible 6 weeks. Look, we are going to be doing a season review show where we'll try and pick out the very few amount of highlights, some of the lowlights in the season, and try and piece together this season and look back right from the beginning and string the events and try and put a narrative together and sort of come to some sense as to how we arrived at where we are right now. What could we have done better in hindsight and whatnot? But to wrap it all up in a bow, that I think that's why we're all stinging is not the fact that the Newcastle Knights lost, it's the fact that we surrendered. That is what is killing us inside. And no player, no club, no coach, no supporter should ever accept that. And it was clear as day. I think there's not a single person I've seen, a pundit, a commentator, anyone who thinks otherwise. I think we're all sitting there and we all know what we all just witnessed. I think we can all, agree on what we just saw. And there's no shying away from it. And for God's sake, if someone in the Knights is listening to this, please retire the hashtag defend the kingdom. Like, can you believe they rolled that shit out again? Couldn't believe it. Don't do that. Put that away. That is rage bait. That is rage baiting of the highest order. Cannot defend the kingdom at all. Change that. Rebrand it. You let me know. Come up with your best hashtags. What should the Newcastle Knights hashtag be for 2026? Definitely not defend the kingdom. Let's move on from that one. All right. Fuck me. What an absolutely horrible game review that was. Hey?
Yeah, we're a bit out of track. Tony's asked, did you get your technology off Temu?
Yeah, mate, it's hit and miss, eh? Like sometimes you guys send them in the voicemail sound, they I don't know, wigs out or some shit. I can't play them. But yeah, this one, they just play for like 3 seconds and stop, and they'll play for 10 and stop. I don't know what's going on, man. There must be something there in because, yeah, it's not the Bluetooth or anything outside. But anyways, all right, time to move along to our burning questions brought to you by our good mates at Get Out Alive Fire Safety Training. If you work in a business, Battlers, and aren't prepared for fire or emergency, very similar to what we just witnessed to the Newcastle Knights burning down their season. If you don't want that happening to your business, well, make sure you get in contact with Get Out Alive Fire Safety Training for your training, plans, and procedures. They'll make sure your staff are compliant and ready to deal with those events. Because if you do not learn, like the Newcastle Knights in 2025, you will burn. All right, let's try these. There were some little quick ones. Let's see if these ones play. Otherwise, I swear I'm giving up on them.
Link, my man, taking the heavy carries all season long. Question.
No, that's it. I'm officially giving up on them. No more. Get your voicemails in. Get your. Is there any questions, Lou, that we can roll that? I had so many fucking loaded up. I'm so bummed about that.
Yeah, Collie said, just watch your Father's Day gift video. Gotta love Joey.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Special shout out to you, Lou.
Jamie
Hey,
said that Father's Day message was awesome. Good thinking, Lou.
yeah, definitely. The great Joey. Now, I did have a question. Someone came in and said, now that Joey is aware of the Knighted podcast, what is the chances of him coming on? Now, look, I can do all the work I can my end. You know, it's an inevitability. I'm going to manifest this, right? It's going to happen. If you wanted to speed it up, you do your bit. Tag the shit out of him in it. Spam him. Tell him, we need you now more than ever, Joey. Give us something. Give back to the... If you want to come back to your roots, no better. You don't want to go mainstream and all that stuff. Talk directly to his supporter base. Come on in. I'd absolutely love to have him in this bar. I don't think I could kick him out of the bar. I'd certainly need to stock up on the beer. Well, the beer fridge is absolutely fucking chockers, but I still don't think it'd be enough.
I tried to reword it in the comment. You only have 300 words to have your message. So I wanted to put in there for him to come over, but yeah, had to leave that bit out. So we're putting it out into the universe.
Yeah, Maddie and Joey in the Knighted bar. It'll happen. I'm a positive kind of guy. You got to put that out in the universe.
I was going to say there's always a cold one waiting.
Absolutely, there's always a cold one waiting. Jack Johns, good friend of the show, helped me out a lot, Jack, in the off season. So never know, might have an in there with the nephew and the son of the great former players. So never know. What do we got?
Brendan's asked, what player do you regret the most leaving this year?
Ooh, this year. Do you know what I suppose now it's been answered. If we didn't get Sandon Smith, I think Brayley would have been would have gone down as one of the guys like, ooh, fuck, were we a bit too hasty? And given the Raiders are completely stacked with hookers, leaving. Well, Trey Mooney had a really fucking good game up at Redcliffe for the Raiders. He was absolutely sensational in a team that, I think they arrested fucking 10 players or something. So seeing that, and then look, Leo, he was obviously, shout out to the Thompsons. Hope everything's good over in New Zealand. Obviously, he didn't partake in this game. He had to jet back to New Zealand. What we've seen from Leo, and then sort of seen what we've got from Trey, I think a lot of us now are going, I don't know, we're probably saving money getting Trey to the club, and he's a young up-and-comer. I think he's got a bit more mongrel in him. I think his Insta handle something like Trey the Muss, which I fucking love. Make sure you go give him a follow. But yeah, a guy that we're losing, man. Fuck, I'm still in the depths of despair. Who the fuck are we losing this year, Lou?
KPP.
Oh, okay. See, that's another interesting one. Kai Pearce-Paul. Look, I love Kai, but we got Jermaine. And I think Carly even said, as Jermaine McEwen scored more tries in the limited games this season than KPP. I don't think KPP's...
Yeah,
did he miss
said that earlier.
Yeah, I think KPP might have missed a game through suspension, if I remember right. It's been a long year, or that was the previous season. But I think absolutely, Jermaine scored more tries in far lesser games than KPP. So you got Dill Lucas coming back. Look, I fucking love Kai Pearce-Paul. I got a really good, I message him quite a bit. Great fucking guy. But I look at that and go, well, okay, we're going to be saving a bit of money. I really like what I'm seeing from Jermaine. Bro, man, I don't know. I kind of like Adam Elliott. I think we can move on from Adam Elliott. Jack Hetherington, I think we can move on from him. I don't think there's really anyone I'm just like, oh, that sucks. That one stings. Not this year. Brayley, maybe. Brayley, simply because of the leadership stuff, but it's going to be a wait and see for Matty Arthur. I'll put a pin in Brayley at this moment. At the top of my head, he's the guy at the moment. But, yeah. There's no one outright I'm going, nah. But you let me know. Comment away.
Cyrix asked, the question should be asked to the next coach. What would he do to stop what happened on the weekend?
Yeah, that's a fucking good point. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he just comes out and just drops a shitload of them. Really sends a message to them. Like that. Maybe that would be your only, the last thing you could do is going, I've given you blokes so many opportunities. Bugger it. Getting the young guys in. You guys are having your shot. Because what do they say about the young guys? It was when we were 2 months ago, we were at this point, we're going, right, we can't make finals, but we want to avoid the spoon. So you didn't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater and go, all right, fuck it. Let's just blood every single youngster we got. Let's just fucking, everyone who's not playing for us next year, punt them, just bring in the youngsters, right? And you just go, well, you don't want to really do that because it's not going to really develop the young player all that well by just bringing in a whole heap of them and just completely, upsetting the balance of your squad. But then, and also because you need to earn the jersey, right? You don't want to just cheaply hand out the jersey. What the fuck have we been doing for 6 weeks? Handing out the jersey cheaply. Every one of those blokes, basically, apart from the handful that I named, and there might be a couple others, absolutely did that jersey no favor at all. Like, that was honestly just turn up, get your paycheck, go through the motions, and just fucking hold on till the fucking full-time siren. So, there'd be young guys that deserve that jersey more last week than there were some established guys that have played a lot of NRL games. So, yeah, I don't know. But maybe just would have been an absolute drop-a-thon. Just going, look, we're not going to win this game. The only way I'm going to reinforce some standards, because it's what it's done, hasn't it? It's dropped the standards. It's going, well, this is what we've got. This is what this team's dished out for 6 weeks. We're just going to keep rolling it out. Keep rolling it out. We haven't really dropped fucking anyone. So
James said on here that I thought we wouldn't win another after the Warriors. Terrible season all round, but the way they ended was an embarrassment.
yeah, absolutely, mate. It's never nice to be. I don't know. I might be a bit too harsh to say I'm ashamed to be a Knight supporter. I don't think I'm ashamed to be a Knight supporter, but there's definitely. I'm not looking forward to, say, going around Magic Round and having this shit over my head. You are embarrassed. I'm not fucking looking forward to. Oh fuck! I've got so many DMs and text messages. I'm just not I'm not fucking looking at my phone. I'm avoiding it so much. I'm gonna have to face it eventually, but yeah, fucking sucks.
The iPad was going off today.
Oh, I bet it was. It would have been fucking pinging its head off.
Clinton's asked, will you do an NFL show?
Ooh, an NFL one. I'd like to. Fucking my Giants didn't do shit this morning. That was fun. Well, my fantasy football team's kicking some ass. I got a little victory. I should win the first round. My team, the Plovers. The Plovers are up. But yeah, I'd like to, but geez, I don't know enough, mate. I don't know enough.
Speaking of Plovers, they were bloody going on at 2 a.m. this morning.
Oh, of course they fucking were. Fucking pains in the ass. Yeah, I don't know. Look, now, on the subject, because I did have another, that you've just reminded me, Clinton, I got another question asking, Link, what's going on during the off-season? Well, I can tell you now, great mate of the show, you know him, you love him, Scotty. He's been touring around Europe, having an absolute fucking blast. Have you seen the photos, Lou?
Oh,
hey?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Going down a lift right down to the beach. I'm like, oh.
Oh, Scotty, mate. Here we are in the depths of despair, and here he is bloody making pasta and eating all the good stuff in Europe.
He's on his Jet 2 holiday.
He's on his Jet 2 holiday, all right. We're going to be doing another off-season show, Scotty and I, so plenty to look forward to there. Look, I've got a Pathway show. So if you're talking about, someone was asking about guests, I've got Matt Lantry lined up to do an interview. So we're going to be talking about him making his return to the club. I've got Lockie from Newcastle Knights Juniors. You all know Lockie. He's been in the comments section a bunch of times. He's doing absolutely outstanding work breaking down the pathway system. So there's going to be a full-blown episode I'm going to do with Matt and Lockie, and it's going to be purely pathways. And we're going to be talking about, basically, you're going to hear about these players here first and a pretty good deep dive into these players before they come. So you get, oh, that's right. I remember Lincoln, whatever, talking, about this bloke, blah, 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 blah. So I want to do that each year, is shine a light on some of these young guns that we've got coming through and a bit to get excited about. So there'll be a pathway show. Look, the girls are still doing their thing. We're not, when I say that we're in the pits of despair, our girls are still carrying that flame. We got our finals berth locked with them. They've got that top 6 finish. So plenty to get excited about. They're still Knights watchers for our girls now to come up as we head into finals football. So look, plenty of stuff still going. We're even doing we're still trying to iron it out, aren't we, Lou? We're going to be doing like a pre-recorded YouTube stuff. So we want to peel the curtains back a bit There's only so much you can do live on air, but
Just some good old content.
yeah, just to give you guys a bit of an idea what it's like behind the scenes, I guess, and to get a bit of a glimpse into our life and how fucking hectic it is to get all this running and just give you a bit of a sense of that too. But yeah, if there's other content, you let me know.
Hectic but fun.
Hectic but fun. But yeah, so plenty of content. Don't worry, you haven't fucking got rid of me. And there's still the Ashes tour. I'll be doing stuff for the Australian game, so there's still plenty going on. Don't worry.
Cameron said, went to Mac Jones yesterday in the sunshine with the kids and saw the Knights NRLW win and qualify for semis. Go the Knights. Shout out to the players for all their time post-game for the kids and fans.
Absolutely, Cameron. Yeah, do not forget about our girls. Again, we were really hoping to do some NRLW content this year. It's just been there's been a bit going on where we just haven't had the time. 2026, that is absolutely going to be the case. We're going to be doing that. We're locking that in. But yes, we're going to be cheering on our girls hard as they're looking to get back in the finals and get their third trophy. Get back in the premiership circle once more.
Adam said, when is the end of year award show? Is it going to coincide with the Knights award show?
Yeah, that's another one. I'm going to be doing a live stream. It's going to be so awkward now. I was really looking forward to the Knights award show. Last year we had the send-off of Daniel Saifidi. We had Anari Ferrari. Remember that news broke? It finally broke on there. Like, fuck, he is going. There was all this, nothing had been confirmed, but it wasn't until then. So, look, we're going to be doing a watch along because they're pretty boring otherwise. So come along with me. All right, we'll have it going. It'll be like a Night's watch, but for the awards show. And then we'll work out our awards show our end as well. Kind of hard to dish out too many awards. I feel like we're gonna get pizzled for a lot of this stuff because let's be honest, there hasn't been a whole lot to get excited about of late. Yeah, a lot of the great performances are distant memories at this point in time.
Carly said, we'll need to do a Knighted meetup in Vegas.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that. Tell you what, we're talking about content. We're going to be a well-oiled machine by that point. Going to be filming a bunch of stuff, sending it back here. Lou, you'll be doing a whole heap of editing, and we'll be rolling out content from linking up somehow from the northern to the southern hemisphere. And but yeah, it's going to be good times. We're going to need to sort something out there. We're going to need to come up with a game plan for Vegas for sure. Cannot wait for that.
Noah said, on a positive note, besides the Rabbitohs game, our wins this season were some really epic and memorable ones.
Yeah, Seagulls being the top of the list. That was a really great game. You know, we had Robbie O. I was trying to stoke the old rivalry there. He was a bloody good luck charm. Maybe I should add Robbie O back every single week to do the roster review because that was a really good one. I think for me that was probably the win of the year. KP's he's literally his only try, was it? I can't remember if he scored another one. With it made my Rugby League 26 cover with our boy Fletcher Hunt batting it back in the dying seconds of that game. That was fucking awesome. The last home win, one of only two at Mac Jones. So and Magic Round was great too. Even though boy, it pissed down rain. Holy dooly, did it come down.
Josh said, tough year for us battlers after a few finals appearances. Thanks for all the great content as usual, mate.
Oh, appreciate it, Josh. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, it's certainly it's not the content I like doing, but it certainly gives you plenty of content to do. Hey? I'd much rather be gearing up. We'd have the big balloon garland fucking ready for finals football, a finals Night's watch. Oh, anyways.
Those are the days.
Those were the days. Yeah, I actually had a memory popping up, getting all excited about our game up in Townsville for the finals game there. But yeah. Is that it? We're done?
Yeah, we're done.
I've extinguished all the questions. Again, I'm so sorry the fucking voicemails didn't work. That's really, really sad. I might, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put them in the bank. We'll try again on another show. We might just do an Ask Me Anything show. Fuck it, let's just do that. You literally just ask me anything you want. You want me to peel the curtains back, battlers? There's your chance. Fuck it, let's make that an idea. But yeah, battlers, if you've enjoyed the live stream, I hope. Look, I know nothing's going to make you feel better. You know, even one of my great speeches probably isn't going to do it for you. But you know, the fact that we're in it together is something, right? It's not nice, but it's nice to know that you're not alone in this pain. You know, you're not the only one copping the fucking spoon jokes at work, or when you go get your morning coffee, the baristas there roasting you about winning the fucking spoon. Yeah, we're all in it together. Yeah, it sucks.
We need you guys.
Yeah, we need you as much as you need me. Don't you worry. This is a symbiotic relationship. I'm the parasite on you, not the other way around. I need you more than you need me. Don't you worry. But yeah, just it still hasn't sunk in. We're not going to watch the boys play till Vegas. Well, trials, I should say trials football, but like a proper game. Do you know what will lift my spirit so? Is seeing Dill Brown in Knights kit. That if there was ever an occasion to hurry up and whip that out, start that.
Cully said yesterday in the Night's Watch he looked good in red and blue.
Absolutely. What do you make? How does he rank amongst you? I think he's a pretty good looking cat.
He's pretty high.
I think he's like up there with KP for sure. He's not too cool for school, but he seems like a pretty chill kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, very good. Is he up there with Anari?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. We lost Anari, but we got a Dill Brown. Oh, battlers, well, if you've enjoyed the live stream, please give it a big old thumbs up. It really does help get the listenership up and get us more discovered, all the algorithms, all that stuff. It really, really, really does help. So pound that bloody thumbs up button wherever you're wasting your time on social media. You can guarantee you we are there. So go find us, tell your mates about us, get other battlers in there, even if they're not a battler. Show them how good the Newcastle Knights supporter base is and go, you don't even have this. How good's the United? Hey, who's the bloody Melbourne Storm equivalent of the United? Who's the fucking Penrith Panthers equivalent? They don't have one. They don't have one. I'm a testament to how fucking good the Newcastle Knights supporter base is. Seriously, name me another platform that's dishing this much content out constantly through the absolute fucking dark ages. I struggle to think of one. There's some great, and then there's some great content creators there.
As the great scribe said, not many, if any.
Not many, if any. But here we are. But yes, not to blow wind up my own ass, but fuck it, I'm going to do it a little bit. But yes, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Battlers, we will be doing a Night's Watch for our girls' game as they take on the Dragons. So looking forward to that. Hopefully, we can put a nice score in it. Let's get a win. Be nice to actually fucking have a win for once in a Night's Watch.
I miss that euphoric feeling.
Oh, how good were they? Just getting up and about. Seriously, that Manly one was fucking epic. That was so good.
I have so much of your undies to wash because of all the arse sweat from you just sitting around.
Yeah, I know.
Not jumping up.
Look what you're doing to my underwear, Knights, hey? Fucking sweaty undies because I'm not getting up and about. Unbelievable. Anyways, that's the perfect note to leave this show on is undie sweat. Anyways, battlers, huge shout out to everyone tuning in. And again, a huge shout out to our major sponsor of the Match Rewind, A+ Contracting, Polywelding. Seriously, without the support of our sponsors, battlers, we cannot continue to deliver the content we want to deliver for you guys. So support the sponsors that support us. And we genuinely mean that. Andrew at the crew at A+ Contracting have been absolutely sensational, along with every other of our sponsors. They are a massive part of the United, and yeah, we cannot thank them enough. So yeah, show them some love. They do some great things for rugby league, and they're doing some really good things for us to keep the lights on, to continue to do what we do for you guys, and we want to keep growing and do more and more and more. And we can't do that without our great sponsors. So, but yes, battlers, that'll wrap up the wooden spoon edition of the Match Rewind. I'm getting the Adam O'Brien out of here. I'll see you guys for the Night's Watch this Saturday or Sunday? I don't even know. Whenever it is. Fucking, yeah. Anyways.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. Wherever it is, we'll be there. See you guys.
Thanks, battlers.